It's my fur baby. She does not like the smell of soda. I don't think most animals do. It's too carbonated for them. Anyway, it is a chapter day. I figure today's a good day for a chapter day because I'm not dead to the world and we are free. Yay! Holy shit, we're free. Don't bring your kids. I mean, fur babies excluded because fur babies follow you. She followed me in the bathroom today. It was kind of cute, but it was kind of weird. But you know what? More cute than weird because she's a fur baby. But anyway, don't bring your people kids because it's not kid friendly. And by kid friendly, I mean people kid friendly. Sorry, there's a pimple. It's for mature audiences only. Yes, before you ask, I'm gonna say yes, because you're gonna ask if I have my whiskey. But I stole your cherry
Told
Pepsi.
you it was whiskey.
I stole your cherry Pepsi. I stole your cherry Pepsi.
Your whiskey does taste better with cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi. No, I don't drink whiskey. I don't drink. But this is not kid friendly, so don't bring your kids. It's for mature audiences only. I mean, there's no sex scenes, there's no curse words. I will say the curse words. I do not write the curse words, but I say the curse words because that's just what I do, so. There is a fight between the Reapers, the two groups of Reapers, and the first three horsemen of the apocalypse, which we've passed, and I don't know who sings this, so screw you, YouTube. Because I seriously don't know who sings this. And if that's what's getting me in trouble, then I don't pay attention to that. I'm sorry, I just don't. I just put it on for background noise. But anyway, don't bring your people kids. There's a fight scene between the Reapers and the first three horsemen of the apocalypse. There's a scene and a mention of abduction. There's a mention of torture and one or more scenes of torture and mentions of alcoholism. So don't bring your people kids. Because it's not kid friendly. We are on chapter 8, I believe. Chapter 8 of Reaper Adventures Protection, which is book number 4 of my Reaper Adventure series, and we're on chapter 8. And we're going to continue with my delicious cherry Pepsi that I stole from my fiance. I don't know what that was for. I think it was supposed to be a ha ha ha, but it came out looking really weird. So anyway, chapter 8 of Reaper Adventures Protection. Chapter 8. Cerberus had decided to search the surrounding towns for Baoyo's maintenance worker. He knew Norman was no longer in Jeromeson. So Cerberus shifted his attention to Chlorisville. Look at her, hello there, little girl. So Cerberus had shifted his attention to Chlorisville. Mescanet had asked Loki to help Cerberus, and Loki had told Damon to come with both of them. Right now, Cerberus and Damon were searching the ever-present woods in every town. Loki had left to retrieve Mescanet from Jeromeson High School. She technically would be considered a high schooler, I suppose, or maybe a middle schooler. Middle schooler, yeah. Mescanet, though she was 7,000 years old, give or take, had the appearance of a 13-year-old girl. Now that's gotta suck. You know, I never actually thought about that, but that's gotta suck. Her slender, delicate frame was far from accurate and extremely deceiving. And I know I've got a pimple there. It's gonna be annoying the fuck out of me. Continuing. Even when Mescanet had been alive, she had been underestimated because of her delicate form. She had always been able to subdue any animal before slitting its throat to do an entrail reading. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. There is that, old-fashioned oracle type thing where, you know, they literally kill the animal and remove the entrails from said animal to possibly predict what's in your future. Pretty damn gory, but that's what they did in, like, ancient times type deal. Entrail readings. And, oh my god, these pimples are annoying. Before slitting its throat to do an entrail reading, oracles had relatively gory divination processes, especially back then. Oracles in today's time weren't actually gory in their divination practices anymore. They were more symbolic when using their divination tools. Whiskers for feathers, crystals, or other cleansing and symbolic sacrificial items. Though the incense, white sage, or Palo Santo, while burning during the divination, were more focused on before and after the divination was complete. You never know what energy you're bringing in. So, you better not try to get up on that counter, little girl. Really? Hey, get out there! Oh, fucking bitch. Sorry. Scavenging. She doesn't have to. Her food bowl's full. Moving on. After the divination was complete. Continuing. Is something on your mind? Damon's voice asked, drawing Cerberus back to the present. Cerberus blinked and looked at Damon. What isn't on my mind? Cerberus countered. Is that the question I should ask then? Damon inquired. Cerberus shrugged as a response. He studied Damon and noticed the mild nervousness in Damon's shoulders. Soda break. Delicious caffeine. If I could get up quicker, I would have smacked it a little bit. Continuing. Something on your mind? Cerberus questioned with a grin. Damon blinked and looked at Cerberus, a combination of consideration and absolute fear in his blue eyes. Damon, what's wrong? Cerberus asked with genuine concern. It's probably nothing, Damon reluctantly said. Nothing doesn't make people scared, Cerberus pointed out. Damon turned his attention to his feet. There was a long silence. I was killed in Corisville Community College, Damon cautiously told Cerberus. Make sure she doesn't go in the kitchen. Little crazy butt. You don't need to scavenge when your food bowl's full. Moving on. Oh, I'm sorry. Cerberus apologized. It's not your fault. You didn't kill me. You know where your food is, so don't even try. You know where your food is. It's not your fault. You didn't kill me. Damon stated. Right. Cerberus mumbled with slight embarrassment. They didn't bring in your body, Cerberus said, and then felt horrible for even saying that. Sorry, I'm just going to be quiet, Cerberus hurriedly stated, realizing just how horribly he had attempted to apologize for his previous comment about Damon's body not being brought in. I doubt that my body will ever be found, Damon sighed. Cerberus blinked and looked at Damon. And if it is, it would probably be ruled as a suicide, Damon added with a shrug. No professional would think anything else, Damon said, especially with my mental health records. Damon continued. Chronic depression with suicidal tendencies. Damon concluded with a touch of anger in his voice. That's not the case, though, is it? Cerberus questioned. Damon took a breath and released it, feeling the betrayal he had felt when his criminal psychology professor had first cut his wrist with a tally mark. Oh yeah, that, if you want to know more, listen to the first book. It'll catch you up on what's going on. No, not at first, Damon reluctantly admitted. Cerberus blinked with confusion. After so many tallies being cut on my wrist to make it look like I had done it myself, depression began when I couldn't tell anyone the truth. Damon said. I never cut my wrists, but I did eventually attempt suicide in different ways, Damon told Cerberus. I forgot to add that. I should add that in the description because I obviously forgot to add that at the beginning. My bad. Because you couldn't tell anyone the truth, Cerberus said. Oh, we're continuing, just in case you didn't realize. Damon nodded with confirmation. Why didn't you tell anyone? Cerberus asked, even though he didn't know anything about what had occurred before Damon's death. He didn't know anything about Damon's death either. Bart and Ayo did, but they hadn't told anyone, knowing that was Damon's story to tell if he ever wanted to. It was guaranteed death if I told anyone. I guess it was guaranteed death no matter what, Damon answered with a grim chuckle. Cerberus reviewed the information Damon had given him and realized something. All of the bodies of the teenagers and college kids that had apparently committed suicide all had Tallymac scars on their wrists and arms. Heh. Okay. Cerberus had to catalog the information, though he hadn't given the Tallymark scars, much thought. Now, Cerberus felt like a complete idiot for not giving those scars a closer look, or any other thought other than it being strange. I think in the first book I'm gonna have to find a way to make sure this information is corresponding, because I think I got it wrong here, but I'm not quite sure, so we'll figure it out. Moving on. All of those missing people from Corsville. Cerberus trailed off there. Did they go to Corsville Community College? Cerberus asked Damon. Damon blinked with mild confusion. Maybe? Damon answered. I didn't know many college people. I really only knew my dorm mates. Damon explained with an apologetic smile. Why? Damon inquired with confusion. Nothing to worry about. I just need to look into some things later on. Cerberus responded with a grin. Damon was silent, unsure if he should believe that it was nothing to worry about. He decided to not ask Cerberus if it was really something to not worry about, and they both resumed their search for Norman when Loki and Mescanet joined them. They continued their fruitless search until Cerberus had to go to work. Cerberus began to go through the files of the apparent suicides of the teenagers and college kids. All of them did have tally-mark scars on both wrists and arms. All of them had either gone to Corsville Community College or had filled out an application and taken a tour of the campus grounds. That was kind of a long sentence. Or at least it seems like a long sentence, but it's really not. Moving on. None of them had anything else in common other than Corsville Community College and the tally-mark scars on their wrists and arms. I gotta say that a bit slower, don't I? That's frustrating. Cerberus was reluctant to call Jeromeson Police Station, but he now knew that his gut feeling about a serial killer had been proven. Oh, yes, right. Because he does in the first book believe there is... Okay. Slightly cool. I forgot the word. Moving on. Cerberus picked up the phone and dialed the number for Jeromeson Police Station. Jeromeson Police Station, Jacqueline Haggs speaking. How may I direct your call? Jacqueline inquired. Yes, hi, I'm Cerberus Underworld from Jeromeson Morgue. I have some files that seem somewhat suspicious concerning the official cause of death on some poor, unfortunate souls. I was hoping you could get someone to send someone over, Cerberus explained. Let me put you on hold, Mr. Underworld. I'll inform Chief Law of this, and he'll send someone over to Jeromeson Morgue. Jacqueline Haggs told Cerberus. Fine, Cerberus sighed, and then the elevator music began. Cerberus hoped he wouldn't be on hold for long. Another body was bound to be brought in, and Cerberus would have to file the information, fill out the toe tag, and potentially perform an autopsy if Mr. Art Topsy took the day off. I still find that name funny. I can't help it. It's just funny. Autopsy, Art Topsy. Moving on. Cerberus was contemplating all of this when Jacqueline's voice greeted Cerberus again with a Mr. Underworld. I'm still here, Cerberus said. Detective Serena Lunar and Detective Draco Mort are on their way, Jacqueline told Cerberus. Thank you, Cerberus commented. You're welcome, Mr. Underworld. You have a good day, Jacqueline said, and then hung... We're good. We're actually, good. Moving on, Jacqueline said, and then hung up the phone before Cerberus could reply with a, you too. Cerberus stared at the phone and then put it back on the receiver. After some time, when Cerberus realized that Mr. Art Topsy was on vacation and Cerberus was the only other one qualified to perform an autopsy, Serena and Draco arrived. Serena signed both herself and Draco in, and after what felt like forever, Serena rang the bell. Those little bells that go ding ding ding. Those things are really so much fun to ring, but they annoy the fuck out of people if you ring them too much, which makes it even more fun sometimes. Depending on if you want to annoy said person to begin with. Moving on. I'm back here, Cerberus's voice exclaimed from the back. Give me a moment and I'll be right with you, Cerberus stated as he put the heart's weight down on paper. Okay, we're good. It was normal in weight and size, which Cerberus verbally announced and then apologized to the cameras about the interruption in the autopsy. Because they actually do have to video record their findings as well as audio record and write it down on paper records. That much I know. At least that much I know. Moving on. He made sure the organs were properly covered when he put the sheet over the body he was currently dissecting, which is pretty much what an autopsy is. You dissect the body and record all the things. Oh my god. Get that thought out of your head. Removed his gloves and went to the waiting detectives after discarding the bloodied gloves and rinsing off the tools. Because they do gotta do that too. Keep it nice and clean. And sterilized. Maybe sterilized. Yeah, sterilized. I do believe they have to. I'm not so sure about that whole process, but I know clean and sterilized is always good. No matter what. Continuing. I apologize for the wait, detectives, Cerberus said with a smile after glancing at the sign-in sheet. Serena raised an eyebrow and followed Cerberus to the filing room. Draco behind her. Draco is her new partner. As I would say, my new partner in crime, but he's her new, partner in investigation of lawbreakers and everything else. So he's technically not a partner in crime. If you want to get technical. I'm going to continue. Because now I'm just sort of rambling. Serena couldn't help but still be awed by the way Cerberus could locate the files he wanted to show them, or needed to, when it was required. It says the cause of death is suicide, Draco pointed out when Serena noticed that fact as well. Excuse me, I burped, my goodness. I know what the official cause of death is. I was the one who made that conclusion, Cerberus told them with a soft, short sigh of exasperation. Excuse me, I burped again. My goodness, what the heck? Carbonation. Continuing. Take away the mental health records, the way they died, and look at their arms and wrists, and the fact that they had either toured the campus grounds of Corysville Community College or were attending Corysville Community College, and tell me it doesn't seem suspicious to you, Cerberus said. Serena and Draco did this, and couldn't help but feel that Cerberus may have a point that it could be something else other than suicide. We'll make some copies of these, get the cold case guys to investigate, and let you get back to what you were doing. There we go. Sorry about that. Serena told Cerberus. Cerberus nodded, showed them the copy machine, and returned to the autopsy that had been interrupted. And you'll know he's going to continue, put on a new pair of gloves and all that, because, yeah. Continuing. Serena and Draco finished making the copies of the files, signed out, and left Jerome's and morgue, determined to find out if this was the work of a serial killer or not. And that is the end of chapter 8, my bad. Chapter 9 is next week. I'm assuming Saturdays are going to be chapter days from now on, considering that seems to be free days for me. Whew, thank goodness. I actually have some free days lately, but, yeah. So it seems like Saturdays are going to be the new, chapter days. Woot woot. At least we figured that out. But, just in case you are interested in looking up more of certain works, I have a few accounts, if any of you are interested. I have a Wattpad account, which is at Tempesta771. Sorry, there was a notification, and it was distracting. But that's my Wattpad account, is at Tempesta771. I have a TikTok account, which I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to do some more little writing promotion videos on my TikTok. But my TikTok account is at AirJohnCraven2. I don't think you can find it under Tempesta Braveheart, but if you do, then you can try. But I would just be safe and go with at AirJohnCraven2, no uppercases or space. I have an Instagram. I'm going to upload more photos on my Instagram, because it's been a while, a really long while. But my Instagram is Tempesta Braveheart, no uppercases or space. Maybe you can also find that under the name AirJohnCraven. Maybe. I don't know, but I think so, but I don't know. Just type up Tempesta Braveheart for Instagram, no uppercases or space. I have a Facebook, which is under the name AirJohnCraven. Obviously, in Facebook, it's going to have uppercases and a space, and I will do my best to accept you if I don't know you, but if you turn out to be really creepy, I'm going to block you, because I can only deal with a certain amount of creepiness, and I don't really like creepy. And I know those who know what I'm talking about know what that means. So, moving on. I have a Snapchat as well, which is also under the name AirJohnCraven, except unlike my Facebook, my Snapchat does not have any uppercases or any space. And we're all watching my YouTube, which is under the name Tempesta Braveheart. Obviously, it's got uppercases and spaces, because that's just YouTube and stuff, so, YouTube. But those are the accounts if you are interested. You know why not to bring your kids. I do apologize in advance for not mentioning what goes on in this chapter. I sort of forgot. I apologize. So, yeah. That's that. I'm gonna shoot for Saturday for chapter 9, but we have finished chapter 8. You know the accounts, you know the reasons why to not bring your people, kids. So, yeah, that's as much as I know as what to say. So, except for soda. Soda tastes good. Caffeine, nectar of the gods. Anyway, peace out, Girl Scouts, and enjoy the mental hilarity.